Hello students. Now in last lectures we have seen how to find pi when capital X is equal to e raised to ax. We have seen examples also. Now in this lecture we see how to find pi when f of minus a square is equal to 0 when capital X is equal to sin ax or cos ax. Last lecture we have seen that formula for capital X is equal to sin ax or cos ax. How to find pi when capital X is equal to sin ax or cos ax, that is 1 upon fd square operates on sin ax or cos ax is equal to 1 upon f of minus a square into sin ax or cos ax. But when 1 upon f minus a square, when f of minus a square is equal to 0, then we cannot use that formula. So we find formula for that situation when f of minus a square is equal to 0. So you see, when f of minus a square is equal to 0, then there must be a factor d square plus a square, so that when we put d square is equal to minus a square, then d square plus a square becomes 0, and therefore this formula we have seen that 1 upon fd square when operate on sin ax or cos ax, this is equal to 1 upon f minus a square. If there is sin ax, then here also sin ax. But when this here condition is my f of minus a square is not equal to 0, when f of minus a square is not equal to 0, then to find value of this 1 upon fd square sin ax, we put d square is equal to minus a square. But after putting d square is equal to minus a square, this f of minus a square must not be equal to 0. So now we find formula when this f of minus a square becomes 0. Then how to find value of this 1 upon fd square sin ax or cos ax. So for that means we have to find or we have to prove these two formulae. 1 upon d square plus a square operates on cos ax is equal to, for here you see when we put d square is equal to minus a square, because cos ax is here and here is a d square, when we substitute by minus a square, this becomes 0. So at that time value of this is equal to x upon 2a into sin ax, and when here is sin ax, then value of 1 upon d square plus a square sin ax is equal to minus x upon 2a cos ax. So observe this formula, here is cos ax and here on right hand side is sin ax, while when we put this formula 1 upon fd square when f of minus a square is not equal to 0, here sin ax and here also sin ax, when here cos ax, here also cos ax. But for this formula, that means when we substitute d square is equal to minus a square and value becomes 0, at that time for that particular value we put this formula, we use this formula. So when there is cos ax, here value is x upon 2a into sin ax, not cos ax. When there is sin ax, here is minus x upon 2a. The sign is here is plus and here is minus, and here cos ax. So remember these formulae, we have to use these formulae while we solve examples, when we solve examples. So we see how these formulae are derived. So now we have to derive both the formulas cos ax and sin ax at the same time simultaneously. So we have used this formula e raised to I ax is equal to cos ax plus I sin ax. That means original formula you know, that is e raised to I theta is equal to cos theta plus I into sin theta. So if we substitute theta by ax, then e raised to I ax is equal to cos ax plus I into sin ax. So for here in our formula there is cos ax sin ax, so we use substitute theta by ax. So now for both the formulae we use this, we have to find 1 upon d square plus a square into cos ax operates on cos ax, and 1 upon d square plus a square operates on sin ax. So initially we take 1 upon d square plus a square operates on cos ax plus I into sin ax. That means 1 upon d square plus a square operates on e raised to I ax. Cos ax plus I sin ax means e raised to I ax. So now we can find value of this e 1 upon d square plus a square e raised to I ax. So now for that we have to factorize this d square plus a square. So d square plus a square can be written as d square minus a square into d square minus I square into a square. That means I square, value of I square is minus 1. So minus I square means minus 1, that means plus 1. So this plus 1 is substituted by minus I square. So d square minus I square a square into e raised to I ax. So factors, you know the formula 1 upon or a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. This formula you know. Therefore factors of d square minus I square a square are d plus ia. Here the value of b is ia. Therefore factors are d plus ia and d minus ia. So these two factors into e raised to iax. Now this is, we have studied e raised to ax type, capital X is equal to e raised to ax. So we know that for e raised to ax, when the formula is 1 upon fd when operates on e raised to ax, this is equal to, only substitute d by a, 1 upon fa e raised to ax. but here fa must not be equal to 0. So first we have this d minus a, 1 upon d minus a is kept as it is, and first we operate 1 upon d plus ia into e raised to iax, because if we here e raised to ax in our formula, there is e raised to ax, coefficient of x is a, here coefficient of x is ia, so we have to substitute here d by ia. See this formula, when there is a, we substitute this d by a, so we substitute d by ia, and this is not equal to 0. When we substitute d by ia, this becomes ia plus ia. You remember that first we must operate this factor 1 upon d plus ia, because in this factor d minus ia, this becomes, when we substitute d by ia, it becomes 0, and for that we use again next formula. But if we first operate this 1 upon d minus ia, then next will be complicated. So first you remember that first operate this 1 upon d plus ia. So we substituted d by ia, it becomes 1 upon ia plus ia, that is 1 upon 2 ia. So here is 1 upon d minus ia into 1 upon 2 ia e raised to iax. Now this I is, you know, it is root minus 1, so 2 ia, this all is a term, is constant term, so we take it outside 1 upon 2 ia, and then 1 upon d minus ia operates on e raised to iax. Now in this case, if we substitute d as in above we substituted, if here also we put d is equal to ia, then ia minus ia becomes 0, and when this, that means fa becomes 0, this fa becomes 0, and at that time we have seen that which formula we use, that is when there are factors d minus a r times operates on e raised to ax, at that time we have formula that it is equal to, if there are r factors, then x raised to r divided by r factorial into e raised to ax. Now here d minus ia is only one factor, that means r is equal to 1, therefore we must write for r is equal to 1 x raised to 1 upon 1 factorial, that means only x, and so I have written here x for this 1 upon d minus a. This formula is when this fa is equal to 0, we use this formula. So for this we have written x into e raised to iax. Now our pi is this value of 1 upon d square plus a square operates on e raised to iax is calculated, but here in the denominator there is I, and we don't want to I in denominator, so we adjust. First we have written this 1 upon I outside, so 1 upon I into 1 upon 2a x into e raised to iax. So 1 upon I can be written as I upon I square. See here, I get cancelled and it remains 1 upon I. So we have written here I upon I square into 1 upon 2ax e raised to I ax. Now value of I square is minus 1. So here is minus sign and I remains minus I x e raised to I ax, and in denominator this is 2a. So here in LHS we have written that 1 upon d square plus a square into, you see initially we have started 1 upon d square plus a square into bracket cos ax plus I sin ax, and value of this cos ax plus I sin ax is e raised to I ax. So we have written here e raised to I ax, and we have solved this RHS. So we have the value 1 upon d square plus a square cos ax plus I into sin ax is equal to minus I upon 2ax e raised to I ax. Now we put value of this e raised to I ax, which is here also we have written, that is cos ax plus I sin ax. Now you see on both sides there are complex numbers. If we first we have to multiply this minus I into bracket, so multiplying this by minus I we get minus I x, this is cos ax upon 2a, and this is minus I into I square minus I square into x into sin ax divided by this 2a. Again this minus I square is equal to minus 1, so it becomes plus. So first we write this plus term and then this minus term, or for this real term first and then imaginary term. So x upon 2a sin ax plus, I have written plus here but I have given minus sign here. So plus I into x upon this, plus I into x upon 2 minus 2a. Now see on both sides there are complex number. If something is written here and plus I is imaginary number here, on both sides imaginary number I shows that these are the complex numbers, and LHS has one complex number, RHS has one complex number, and both are equal. So you know the two complex numbers are when equal, that means a plus ib is equal to x plus iy. If these two complex numbers are equal, then we know that this means that a is equal to x, that means real parts are equal, and this b imaginary part is equal to imaginary part of complex number on right hand side. So here also these two complex numbers are equal, so we can equate their real parts and imaginary parts. Therefore equating real and imaginary parts of both the complex numbers on both sides, we get here real part is 1 upon d square plus a square into cos a, operates on cos ax. So 1 upon d square plus a square operates on cos ax, and here on right hand side real part is x upon 2a sin ax. So x upon 2a, this is equal to x upon 2a sin ax. Similarly equating imaginary parts, here is 1 upon d square plus a square sin ax, and here imaginary part is x upon minus 2a cos ax. So 1 upon d square plus a square sin ax is equal to minus x upon 2a cos ax. So in this way we have obtained these two formulae. So you remember this procedure or proof of these two formulae and you remember these formulae also to solve the examples. So we stop here.